Good afternoon, good morning, everyone. My name, sorry, good afternoon. Is it morning now? Good afternoon, good morning. Yeah, my name is David Ezinikwe, and today we are in okay. So today I'll be talking about maximizing land use. It's not a problem of having 20 hectares and making the money of someone that is farming 5 hectares. It's a problem of maximizing the size of land you have. Now, the problem is most people believe that the success of every farming is dependent on land. Yes, land is a factor to play in cost of production, factors of production, but you also need to understand that the size of the land, are you maximizing, let's say you have 20 hectares, are you maximizing the land? Now, what you see here is a good example of urban farming where the space in your compound, you could use it to produce whatever you want to produce. So right beside me, this is a 100 by 100 plot land. So right beside me, you see the building to, say it's to the left there. So we've used like a quarter of the land to build a house. Now, so we have like what's it called? 50 by 50, 50 by 100 left. So just forget that part. So let's just use this side we have. So this 50 by 100 we have down to that gate there. So what it simply means is we are going to be looking at how can we best maximize this 50 by 100 plot of land we have here, right? Now, before I go into further explanation, there are different classification of crop. We have the short term, we have the mid term, categories of crop farming. Rather, let me not use classification. You could categorize them to short term, mid term, and long term. What it simply means is short term crops are crops that do well within that you can harvest within 6 months, from 1 week to like things like lettuce. Lettuce is 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Now you can harvest within 1 week to 3 months. Now we have the thing that mid term. Mid term is between 9 months to 1 year, 6 months. Then we have the long term, which is between 3 years and above. Now, example of long term is let's say trees. They are majorly trees. Now, what it simply means is if you plant a long term crop and few vegetables that take 3 years. What's it mean? If you plant a long-term crop, you have to do it on a very large scale to make your money. For example, trees, majorly trees. We have cocoa tree. Okay, let's say for example we have a what's it called? Obono tree here. Obono tree is 30 feet apart. You understand? 30 feet apart, and you have 100 by 100. 30 divided by 100 divided by 30 is about 3 point something. So it means in your compound you only have just 9 trees, and that's waste of land. Now, so for example, now we are not talking about short term, mid term. Mid term, an example is yam, plantain. So and then short term we have things like um, pepper, tomato, anything that is 3 months, 2 weeks to 6 months. Now, a good example now we are going to be looking at is now if you live in an urban setting where things are expensive, remember this is Port Harcourt, how do you best maximize your land for maximum yield and premium output to best utilize the resources you've put into the business? Now, a good example here, what you're seeing here, I think it's 100 by 50 we have left after we finish building our house there. Now, so what it simply means is how do we best maximize this thing? Land? That's the question. Now, before I go into it, I need to explain something. In farming, we use meter, not feet. So by the time you convert 100 meters, 100 feet to meters, we have 3.303030 meters. And you convert 50 feet to meters, we have 15 points. That's 151515. So it's a random number, not a rational number. They call it. Now, converting it back. So let's work with 15 by 30, which is 450 square meters, where you get the area of the land we have there. So what is the capacity and what output can we best utilize with this as small space? Now, we did what is called uh, mixed cropping here. Now, what you see here, it's so let's go down. Let's show them something to you. So let's start with the explaining some basic things here now. Okay, so now let's say let's say from that fence to this fence, right? So we're able to get from that fence to this fence is what? 100.
100
feet. Feet.
100 meter.
No, 100 feet actually. So when you convert feet to meters, it's 30 meters. So you understand? So 100 feet. Now, so from this wall here to where that last, what's it called? Corn is, there where this ridge stop is actually 50 feet, right? So which is what? 15 meters. Now, so let's get down to business. What can we achieve with what? 100 by 50 plot of land. Now, so look at this now. Between two ridge, wherever you walk is called the furu. So this is ridge one, this is ridge two. So what? This is a furu. Wherever you walk between two ridges is called the furu. Okay, so attention. So I'm doing attention inside the furu. All right, so let's get down to business. So let's say our ridge, the distance between two ridges. So up to up, let's see how many ridges we have here. So when you do it like this and you do like this, so we have 4. This is 4 feet. Remember we are working with meters, so let's just work with feet. This is what, 4 feet, right?
Yes.
So 4 divided by 100, we have 25.
Yeah.
25 into 4, so that's 425 times 4 is 100. So mean that from that place to here we have 25 of this type of ridges. You understand? Now, so let's see the distance between two of each crop. Now, you need to know that we planted 3 different crops here. We planted cassava, we planted yam, we planted corn. This cassava here, we just say one they use and do apple. Because the apple way they send out for market, one hand they don't finish. So when they do our own apple, we shop very well. Oh yeah, but let's get down to business. So the distance between this corn yam here and this, if there was to be a yam here, so remove the cassava. Let's talk about if we had a yam here, right? So if we had a yam here, so let's look at it. The distance is what? Okay, so point point of growth to another point. So it's actually 3 feet. So it's 3 feet. So it's 3 feet. So what it simply means is 50, which is the breadth, 50 divided by 3. So we are getting around 12.5. Yeah, so that's 12.5. Now, so if we're using 12.5, it invariably means that we have 12.5 with crops, yam tubers across one ridge, and we have 25 ridges. So let's decide we remove the 2.5 on top as damages per each ridge. So this 2.5 on top each ridge will make 2.5 losses on each ridge. So what it simply means we are left with what, 10, right? 10 times 25 is what? 250, right? So what it simply means is in your 100 by 50 land, you have 250 tubers of yam. Now, so looking at a place like Port Harcourt, because this is Port Harcourt where yams are very expensive. So what we the plan, we are not planning to just buy and sell. So we are targeting to sell our own for like 1,000. That time in Port Harcourt, well, a tuber of yam will be sold for as much as 1,500. So what it simply means is we are making 250,000 naira from this plot of land in one yam planting season. But nevertheless, this is a mid-term crop. So what it simply means is we can't plant yam and go and sit down. We must make money. We must eat. I go pay school fees. I go pay fuel. So how do I recover my money in between that 9 months, which is for yam? How do I make money in between that 9 months crop? Now, so what it simply means is because the yam tuber is growing downwards and other this corn is growing upwards, we'll plant sweet corn to the yam. This is a 3 month crop, which is short term, and this is a 9 month crop, which is what? Mid term. Now, not be mid-term break I talk, or wetin I talk na mid-term. So what it simply means is, for each tubers of yam, we planted 2 stakes of yam together. That's two, 1, 2. So if we have, let's say, we have plus minus, we have let's say, uh, um, what's it called? 250 tubers heaps of yam here, right? So we planted 2. So what it simply means is, on one plot of land, we have how many? We have 500 stakes of yam. Now, let's say we are removing 500, we are removing the 100 on top because of damages and not growth. We are getting what? 400 sticks of yam, right? A good example of that 400 is if you look at here, there's no yam stick. So as I say, remove the 100. So you calculate for loss, uneven loss. So you see, so that's like what? 400, right? Now we are left with 400. Now, when you say 400, this variety of corn we planted is hybrid, not GMO. What we planted is hybrid, not GMO. It's very, very hybrid and GMO. So we planted hybrid here. And this hybrid is from a very reputable company. And this one can bear as much as 4 cups. So let's decide that we go down to what? 2 cups, which is 2 cups, 2 cups per plant. And now, so that 2 cups is what? 200, it's 400 times what? 2. So we have what? 800 what? Cups of what? Corn.
Corn.
Now, from this same variety of corn, right? One fruit of the corn, that's 1 cup of this corn is 500 grams. Now, in Port Harcourt, a kilo of sweet corn is sold for 800 naira, right? Now, so we decided to plant, divide it by 2, or we say 800 divided by 3. 8 into 3 is about 200 and something, right? 2 point something, right? So we have 200, 2, right? So we say, okay, for each, okay, let's say 2.5 cups makes 1 kilo, right? So we get an even number. This one cup is 500 grams. It's proven. We've tested it. But let's just say, for the sake of a beginner's sake, let's say 2.5 cups makes 1 kilo. So for each 800, we have about, like, let's say 100, 200, 300. We have about 300 kilos of corn from here, because 800 divided by 2.5